Bhagavatam, Canto 2nd, Chapter 7, Schedule Incarnation. We try to understand Shloka Kramanka 7 and 8. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana
Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva
Narottam
Narottamam Devim
Devim
Saraswatam
Saraswati
Vyasam
Vyasam
Tato
Tato
Jayam Udire
Jayamudire
Nastapraeshu
Nastapayasya
Bhadreshu
Bhadreshu
Nityam
Nityam
Bhagavata
Bhagavata
Sevaya
Sevaya Bhagavati
Bhagavati
Uttama Shloke
Uttama Shloke
Bhakti
Bhakti Bhavati
Bhavati
Naistiki.
Naistiki.
Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2nd, Chapter 7, Schedule Incarnation. Shloka Kramanka 7 and 8. Kamam dahanti krutina nanu ropadrushtya.
Kamam dahanti कृतिनः ननु रोषदृष्ट्या
रोषम दहंतम उतते न दहंति असह्यम.
रोषं दहन्तम् उत तेन दहन्ति असह्यम्
सह अयम यत अंतरम अलम प्रविशम विभेति.
स अयं यत् अन्तरमलं प्रविशन् बिभेति
काम कथम नु पुनः अस्य मनः श्रयत्.
कामः कथं नु पुनः अस्य मनः श्रयेत्
वेद सपत्नी उदित पत्रिभिः अंतिराग्यः.
विद्धः सपत्नी उदितपत्रिभिः अन्तिराज्ञः
बालः अपि सन् उपगतः तपसेवनानि.
बालः अपि सन् उपगततपसेवनानि
तस्मै अदात ध्रुवगतिं गृणते प्रसन्नः.
तस्मै अदात ध्रुवगतिं गृणते प्रसन्नः
दिव्यास्तुवन्ति मुनयः यत् उपरि अधस्तात्.
दिव्याः स्तुवन्ति मुनयः यत् उपरिः धस्तात्
कामं दहन्ति कृतिनः ननु रोषदृष्ट्या.
कामं दहन्ति कृतिनः ननु रोषदृष्ट्या
रोषं दहन्ति उत तेन दहन्ति असह्यम्.
रोषं दहन्ति उत तेन दह्यन्ति असह्यम्
सः अयं यत् अन्तरम् अलम् प्रविशन् बिभेति.
स अयं यत् अन्तरम् अलं प्रविशन् बिभेति
कामः कथं नु पुनः अस्य मनः श्रयत्.
कामः कथं नु पुनः अस्य मनः श्रयेत्
वेद सपत्नी उदित पत्रीभिः अंतिराग्यः.
वृद्धः सपत्नी उदितपत्रिभिः अन्तिराज्ञा
बालापि सन् उपगतः तपसेवनानि.
बालः अपि सन् उपगतः तपसेवनानि
तस्मै अदात ध्रुवगतिं गृणते प्रसन्नः.
तस्मै अदाद ध्रुवगतिं गृणते प्रसन्नः
दिव्याः स्तुवन्ति मुनयः यत् उपरि अधस्तात्.
दिव्याः स्तुवन्ति मुनयः यत् उपरि अधस्तात्
कामं दहन्ति कृतिनः ननु रोषदृष्ट्या. रोषं दहन्तम् उत तेन दहन्ति असह्यम्. स अयं यत् अन्तरम् अलम् प्रविशं बिभेति. कामः कथं नु पुनः अस्य मनः श्रयत्. वेदा सपत्नी उदित पत्रिभिः अन्तिराग्यः. बालः अपि सन् उपगतः तपसेवनानि. तस्मै अदात ध्रुवगतिं गृणते प्रसन्नः. दिव्याः स्तुवन्ति मुनयः यत् उपरि अधस्तात्. हरे
कामं
कृष्ण.
दहन्ति कृतिना ननुरूपदृष्ट्या रोषं दहन्तमुत तेन दहन्तिमसह्यम् स अयं यतन्तरम् अलं प्रविशन् बिभेति कामः कथं नु पुनः अस्य मनः श्रयेत् विद्धः सपत्नी उदितं पत्रिभिः अन्तिराज्ञो बालः अपि सन् उपगतः तपसेवनानि तस्मै अदाद ध्रुवगतिं गृणते प्रसन्नाः देव्या स्तुवन्ति मुनयः यदुपरि यदास्तात्
Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Great stroll words like Lord Shiva can be their wrathful glances, overcome lust and vanquish him, yet they cannot be free from the overwhelming effects of their own wrath. Such wrath can never enter into the heart of him, the Lord, who is above all this. So, how can lust take shelter in his mind? Being insulted by sharp words spoken by the co-wife of the king. Even in his presence, Prince Dhruva, though only a boy, took to severe penances in the forest, and the Lord, being satisfied by his prayer, awarded him the Dhruva planet, which is worshipped by great sages, both upward and downward. Purport. When Lord Shiva was engaged in severely austere meditation, Cupid, the demigods of lust, threw his arrow of sex desire. Lord Shiva, thus being angry at him, glanced at Cupid in great wrath, and at once the body of Cupid was annihilated. Although Lord Shiva was so powerful, he was unable to get free from the effects of such wrath. But in the behavior of Lord Vishnu, there is no incident of such wrath at any time. On the contrary, Bhrigu Muni tasted the tolerance of the Lord by purposely kicking his chest. But instead of being angry at Bhrigu Muni, the Lord begged his pardon, saying that Bhrigu Muni's leg might have been badly hurt because his chest is too hard. The Lord has the sign of the foot of Bhrigu Pada as the mark of tolerance. The Lord, therefore, is never affected by any kind of wrath. So, how can there be any place for lust which is less strong than wrath? When lust or desire is not fulfilled, there is the appearance of wrath, but in the absence of wrath, how can there be any place for lust? The Lord is known as Apta Kama, or one who can fulfill his desires by himself. He does not require anyone's help to satisfy his desires. The Lord is unlimited, and therefore his desires are also unlimited. All living entities, but the Lord was limited in every respect. How then can the limited satisfy the desires of the unlimited? The conclusion is that the absolute personality of Godhead has neither lust nor anger. And even if there is sometimes a show of lust and anger, by the absolute, it should be considered at absolute benediction. When he was only 5 years old, Prince Dhruva, a great devotee and the son of Maharaj Uttanpad, was sitting on the lap of his father. His stepmother did not like the king's petting her stepson, so she dragged him out, saying that he could not claim to sit on the lap of the king because he was not born out of her home. The little boy felt insulted by this act of his stepmother, nor did his father make any protest, for he was to attach to his second wife. After this incident, Prince Dhruva went to his own mother and complained. His real mother also could not take any step against this insulting behavior, and so she wept. The boy inquired from his mother how he could sit on the royal throne of his father. The poor queen replied that only the Lord could help him. The boy inquired where the Lord could be seen, and the queen replied that it is said that the Lord is sometimes seen by great sages in the dense forest. The child prince decided to go into the forest to perform severe penances in order to achieve his objective. Prince Dhruva performed a stringent type of penance under the instruction of his spiritual master, Sri Narad Muni, who was specifically deputed for, for this purpose by the personality of Godhead. Prince Dhruva was initiated by Narada into chanting the hymn composed of 18 letters, namely Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and Lord Vasudev incarnated himself as Pṛśnigarbha, the personality of Godhead with 4 hands, and awarded the prince a specific planet above the 7 stars. Prince Dhruva, after achieving success in his undertaking, saw the Lord face to face, and he was satisfied that all his needs were fulfilled. The planet awarded to Prince Dhruva Maharaj is a fixed Vaikuntha planet installed in the material atmosphere by the will of the Supreme Lord Vasudev. This planet, although within the material world, will not be annihilated at the time of devastation. but will remain fixed in its place. And because it is a Vaikuntha planet, never to be annihilated, it is worshipped even by the denizens of the seven stars situated below the Dhruva planet, as well as by the planets which are even above the Dhruva planet. Maharshi Bhrugu's planet is situated above the Dhruva planet. So the Lord incarnated himself as Pṛśnigarbha just to satisfy a pure duty of the Lord. And Prince Dhruva achieved this perfection simply by chanting the hymn mentioned above. After being initiated by another pure devotee, Narada, a serious personality can thus achieve the highest perfection of meeting the Lord and attain his objective simply by being guided by a pure devotee who automatically approaches by dint of one serious determination to meet the Lord by all means. The description of Prince Dhruva's activities can be read in detail in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Om Shri Guroho Shri Yutakpada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavancha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देव श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांच नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Today we continue Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2nd, Chapter 7, Schedule Incarnation. Here we try to understand Shloka Kramanka 7 and 8. In the Shloka Kramanka 7, they describe about the Lord Shiva, who is the great stalwart, by his wrathful glance, overcome lust and vanquishes him. Yet he cannot free from the overwhelming effects of their own wrath. And they are next sloka, they are describing about the incarnation of the Pṛśnigarbha and uh, Dhruva Prince, who is the great devotee and the son of Maharaj Uttanpad. That story is coming. Prabhuji will tell us in nicely. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So thank you very much, Mataji, for a very wonderful summarization of the shlokas. So what Brahmaji is now trying to make Narada aware after telling him the importance of penance, which was demonstrated by Narnarayan Rishi, is how we need to overcome lust and anger as well, and how it is important to be fearless in devotion to Sri Krishna. So it all starts with a very wonderful understanding wherein the first example which is given is that of Lord Shiva and how he demonstrated the importance why Krishna is most important. Because Krishna is untouched by the material emotions such as kāma and krodha. And then we also see that he arrived in the incarnation as Pṛśnigarbha to satisfy the determination of the child devotee, Dhruva Mahārāja. So what we take away is Lord's transcendence, his power of unwavering devotional service. Krishna is always beyond lust and anger. Even exalted personalities like Lord Shiva sometimes become affected by wrath, but Lord is never touched. It is said that once Lord Shiva was performing deep meditation, and at that time, Cupid tried to disturb. So initially, he was not disturbed, but later on, because of the effect of the arrows of Cupid, Lord Shiva was disturbed. And he became very angry that how come I am being disturbed from my meditation? Out of anger, he immediately burned Cupid to ashes with his fiery glance. So this shows Shiva's great power in overcoming lust. But then he himself could not remain unaffected by wrath. Kāma, krodha, abhijayate. Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita 2.62. But in contrast, if you look at Krishna or Vishnu, they are never overcome by whether it is wrath or lust. Bhrigu Muni wanted to test it. So he actually kicked on Vishnu's chest. But instead of retaliating, the Lord apologized and he worried for Bhrigu's food. He said, please forgive me because of my chest you may have got hurt on your foot. This tolerance is Lord's natural ornament, kshama. The question arises if, okay, we accept, but then why is it that Lord has no lust? Now we all know kāma arises from unfulfilled desires and they in turn lead to anger. But when it comes to Krishna, Krishna is apta kāma. All his desires are fulfilled, self-fulfilled. Moreover, he is Atmaram. Being unlimited, he never depends on limited beings to satisfy his desires. So there is no question of lust or anger contaminating him. These are things which get affected only for a jiva. And that is where there is a lesson for us as devotees. If you really wish to advance in bhakti, you must conquer both lust and anger. Krishna's apparent anger, like Narasimha's roar, or desire is actually transcendental, meant to protect devotees and annihilate the demons. So by following his examples, devotees should cultivate tolerance and dependence on Krishna. So what we can take away as a understanding from the episode of Lord Shivji burning Cupid is that the Lord is completely transcendental, untouched by lust or anger. Wrath and lust bind conditioned souls. Krishna is always about it. The devotees must conquer these enemies by sincerely chanting and serving the Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Whose test shows the Lord's supreme humility and tolerance. And Krishna is so humble, Krishna is so merciful. that he wants to help each and every living being. Look at the example of fearless devotion of Dhruva Mahārāja. He was just 5 years old. He wanted to sit in the lap of the father like his other brother. But the stepmother insulted him. Dhruva turned this humiliation into determination to seek Krishna. His example teaches us the power of sincere bhakti and guided by a pure devotee. Suruchi forbade him from sitting on his father's lap. She did not say that you do something. Maybe as a child he could have thought, okay, not now. Maybe when the mother is not there, that time I will be with my father. But no, Dhruva Maharaj considered it as a humiliation. He turned to his real mother. And look at the mother. It is always said in the Shastras that mother is the first teacher for a child. And she turned out to be a real. She told him, dear son, I cannot help you. And only Lord Krishna can help him. So he inquired, where can I seek Krishna? She said, the sages do penances in the forest. Immediately inspired, Dhruva Maharaj left everything. He left the palace and he went to the deep, dense forest to seek God. And when Krishna saw this, look at his mercy. He immediately arranged for Narad Muni to meet Dhruva Maharaj and guide him. Naradji instructed him. Initially tried to test whether his resolve is right. And when he was convinced, he asked him to chant the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and to perform strict austerities. This teaches us that Guru's mercy is essential in approaching the Lord. Yasya prasadat bhagvat prasada. And Dhruva followed the instructions of his Guru Maharaj. So he is an example of what a disciple be like. He continued his chanting, and along with chanting, he did penances. Initially, he was taking fruits, then grass, then only dried grass, and then he stopped eating everything. The Lord became very pleased. By Dhruva's devotion, he appeared before him in the 400 form, the Pṛśnigarbha. And when inquired for benediction, Dhruva Maharaj did not say anything, but Lord awarded through the unique eternal planet Dhruva Loka, which is worshipped by sages and demigods. It is over and above the Saptarishi. And Dhruva Loka is supposed to remain forever, even after cosmic annihilation. Look at the complete transformation which Dhruva underwent. Initially, he desired revenge and kingdom. But after seeing the Lord, he realized, I came searching for glass, but I found a jewel. Because of chanting, his heart was purified. He became a pure devotee. Cheto darpanamarjanam. That is where there are lessons for us. When insulted or humiliated, we should not seek revenge. We should take shelter of the Lord. Chanting the holy names is the most powerful way to connect with Krishna. Guru's instruction is the bridge between the struggling soul and Krishna. Determination in bhakti brings divine success. Dhruva turned insult into determination and achieved darshan of the Lord. And the Lord incarnated as Pṛśnigarbha just to fulfill his devotee's desire. The holy name received through Guru is the key to perfection. Revenge mentality is dangerous. Shelter brings real victory. Srila Prabhupada also demonstrated similar fearlessness. So Dhruv and Srila Prabhupada, they are the ideals for us. So like them, we must cultivate fearlessness in service. So these two shlokas give us practical lessons. One, Krishna is untouched by lust and anger. We should not project our material emotions onto Krishna. His so-called anger, desire is always for the benefit of devotees. Secondly, we should take shelter in adversity. Like Dhruva, when insulted, hurt, or neglected, we must not seek revenge. Instead, we should double down in chanting and surrender to Krishna. Take more services in temple or center, because Krishna alone can transform the humiliation, the hurt, the insult, the neglect into liberation. Third, guidance of Guru is essential. Dhruva could not have succeeded without Narad Muni. Similarly, without the shelter of Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the Maharaj in the Paramparas, we cannot approach the Lord. Fourth, determination in bhakti brings success. Whether 5 years old like Dhruv or 70 years like Srila Prabhupada, determination to serve the Lord without fear leads to transcendental victory. So we should follow them. And fifth, we should use authorized prayers. Dhruva Maharaj composed his stuti under divine inspiration. We too can pray using the words of great devotees. Kunti Maharaj, Prahlad, Bhishma Goswāmīs, rather than concocting our own. The conclusion is that these two shlokas beautifully balance the two aspects of bhakti philosophy. One, the transcendental position of Lord, free from all material contamination. And secondly, the transformative power of a devotee's determination and surrender. So just like Krishna protected Dhruva and elevated him beyond his initial material desires, he'll also uplift us if we chant sincerely, tolerate insults without retaliation, and remain fixed in devotional service. In this way, we too can aspire for fearlessness and eternal shelter at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and achieve his real love. Thank you very much.